Alright.
Come on, you can walk. It's not that far.
It's good for you! God, I hate walking. Okay, so I'll get to that in a minute. But now, Unlin?
Yes.
Klaus? Hey, how should I pronounce your character's name? Unlin, okay. So Unlin, you are cleaning right now. As I mentioned before, well, as we discussed before, you spent your whole life in the Underdark, and a rather primitive area of the Underdark, in fact, where you had no exposure to pretty much anything of this universe, until you are wandering your way through the Underdark, and you accidentally, possibly, you don't even really know, end up finding yourself somewhere on the surface of a place that is completely different than where you have been before. You had to cope with the fact that there was this gigantic thing, as if for some reason the ceiling of the caves were open, and there was this gigantic orange ball in the sky. And it hurt the shit out of your eyes. Yes. You did your best to try and cope with the your new and confusing situation, you and your burr. Until eventually a group of rugged and rough-looking individuals who remind you quite a lot of, well, most of the people you know from the Underdark, who were also dressed in very strange clothes and carried some very strange equipment. They proceeded to grab you by your ear and drag you off somewhere else, where it turns out that these people are under the employ of a matriarch named Stella. And she is a merchant of some kind. And given that you have nowhere to go and nothing to do, and you have no money, she basically put you to work. And right now, and for some reason, they've tried several times at first to separate you from Mikar, to put him in like a stable or like a fucking playground or something, to get him, to have him not just walking around this little facility. But Mikar don't give a fuck. Your bear followed you anywhere you went. And so they just kind of gave up after like a couple tries. They were like, okay, we get what's going on here. This is your animal companion. Fine. And so right now you're basically just scrubbing the place clean. You know that this place is actually, what you've been told is that this place is an abandoned factory. And you end up knowing what a factory is. You know that this place had been abandoned a very, very long time by the original people who owned it, and then she and her people moved in and just kind of put it all together and made it their home. So, you're doing that for now. But on to everybody else. Oh, what the fuck? Ugh. So, you guys are traveling on foot, and it is a pretty damn long walk. It's a little bit more than a kilometer, which realistically isn't all that long, but it's really long for people who do not do physical activity all the time, and instead are very well adjusted to the finer things in life, like transportation that involves not having to move anywhere yourself. And as that is going on, you guys eventually roll perception checks.
Also, I don't think this is necessarily a troubling thing to do for Daisy.
Yeah, I figure you and Jason especially are like totally fine. JJ, add your damn bonuses.
I don't use that sheet, and right now that was just a little bit quicker. I'm looking. I am.
You don't need to use your
Yeah,
sheet
you could
to
just
roll those.
add it into the formula, you doof.
Yeah, but this
Like I just did.
this was easier for me. You said what kind of terrain we're in? Is it like a hot and dryish
Marshland.
marshland?
So warm and wet.
Gotcha. The opposite of what I'm looking for.
Mm.
Okay. I'm just checking to make sure I don't get to add anything to this because I'm awesome. Alright. So that's perception. That's a 14.
Okay. So a 14, a 14, and a 23.
Aye.
Daisy and Jen, you guys don't really see much out of the ordinary. You don't hear anything that is much of concern, though you both kind of get a weird tickling feeling in the back of your neck. Like you should be a little bit concerned about something and you're not really sure what it is. But Jason, you know what it is. You hear the sound of splashing off in the distance, and it is quite loud, and the splashes are quite large. Unnaturally large, in fact.
Oh boy.
And it doesn't take very long before you guys all end up seeing it. But Jason, you're the first one who sees it, and it looks like a giant, semi-aquatic badger-looking creature is just straight up charging in your direction.
Oh boy.
And the two NPC crew members go completely pale at the sight. Alistair just books it, and then Anathema tells you guys to run.
Works for me.
Yeah.
So there's no athletic skill.
Luckily, my base speed is 40 feet of movement.
Oh yeah, you're fucking fast.
There is no athletics, but there is acrobatics.
Yeah, and that doesn't help at all, but I guess it can come up. Yeah, everybody roll acrobatics to see if you keep your speed or increase it.
Cool.
Or lose it.
Just for you guys.
I'm assuming you meant +2.
Actually, no, she didn't.
Okay.
No, my acrobatics is actually just that high.
Okay, wow, never
Only
mind.
because
Well,
this is difficult terrain.
Yeah. And actually, she used to be a circus performer, so yeah. So Jason, your training kicks in, and you just start kind of hoofing it as fast as you can, kind of hefting your equipment around to make sure that you don't get caught in anything. However, this muck is pretty damn thick. Meanwhile, Daisy is somehow 40 feet in front of you already. And she's just she's like doing that thing where a cat sprints across the room for no good reason, and for some reason they move at hyper light speed. And unfortunately, Jen is also going faster than you as well.
well, I don't care about that. Am I faster than the giant monster?
Let's find out if the other two are faster than you.
I have something to help you, Jason, but do I care to help you is the thing.
I can help myself.
Yes, I know.
So Alistair, he's not really making any effort to like move his way through the environment any better. He's just blitzing through everything with such fury and terror that it doesn't matter. As for Anna, she's also moving quite nimbly, but she's sticking by your side, Jason. She's making sure that you don't get left behind.
Forget about me, save yourself.
Oh, shut up, your crew.
Fair enough.
Look, if this thing catches up to it, I can hold it off for a minute and make a break for it later.
Or better yet, I will cast a long strider on myself to give myself 10 additional feet of movement.
Okay. Yep. So you cast that, and suddenly, God, I don't even know what that spell's supposed to do, but
So I now have 50 feet.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it just makes me better at running.
Yeah, I think it just makes you faster. So yeah, you feel a tingle in your joints as you realize that you've summoned little wires and servos to crawl into them, and suddenly you are much faster, and you which makes you moving at like 40 feet as opposed to the 30 that you were at because of the reduced speed.
Yeah.
So you keep your speed, essentially. And then this thing is in its home environment, of course, so it kind of it scrabbles its way on up, and it actually does catch up to you and Anna, and she does exactly what she said she would.
Would I be able to help them out with something?
Depends with what.
I was gonna throw one of my flying extracts at them to help with that, getting away shit.
You can roll for it, but you do have a bit of distance on them.
Yes, I should have mentioned it earlier so I could stay back a little bit. Is there a risk of it not working and like being wasted?
If it like drops into the muck and they can't get it, yeah.
Nah, that'll be fine. I'll just double back and try to help out with that.
Okay.
Not like all up, right up to them, but just get about half the distance.
Okay. So Anna just pulls out her gun and takes a shot at the thing, kind of ducking down so that she can get ready to brace against a hit. Which she does. She gets her shit slapped, and Jason, you just see her there one moment, and then gone the next.
But doesn't she have like a shield as well?
Oh yeah, but she gets slapped across the marsh.
I'm assuming she teleported?
No, as in she took the impact.
Oh.
Her shields took the damage of it, but she's still flying.
Oh shit.
Yeah. because your shields will protect you from like bodily harm, but they will not
I
stop
getcha.
things like that. Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah. So she flies off, and seems to just kind of get lost in the muck.
Shit. Wait, guys, why don't we just teleport back to the ship?
Why don't we just fight it and kill it?
Both of those things don't work because for one, I think my arm's broken. For two, if we teleport back, then we just have to do this again.
So then we just
Fair.
quit.
What?
I don't know much about this plan. These two are panicking, so I think they know more than we do.
How strong does it look? Like, how big is this thing again?
It is gargantuan.
So massive. Okay.
Yes. That's its size class. It's gargantuan.
Do I really think that we can't take this?
And also, it just hit Anna for 24 damage.
Oh, shoot. Can I attempt to trip this thing with one of the strings? Some strings?
Ooh. You can certainly try.
Alright, what do I have to roll for that? Because this thing is definitely not that threatening to me.
What?
I don't care about it.
It's-
I'll just...
It's a combat maneuver bonus.
So, just a d20 plus whatever I have for that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where the fuck is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Boop, boop. Ba-doop. Wow, I got a nat one.
So you try to wrap your strings around.
Real quick, do you do nat ones or automatic failures?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I
No,
thought we discussed prior.
I thought we've been over this. It's a lot worse than an automatic failure.
it's been a week. I just trying to determine whether or not you do that dumb shit or not.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wah. Yeah, so you toss out the wires and you get them in a nice position where you can possibly trip him. And when you go for the pull, it's acting against you, and then suddenly something goes a little bit wrong and you skin your hand slightly. Roll damage against yourself.
Okay.
I'm going to stop where I am and try and climb up a tree to like be slightly hidden and have a better vantage point.
8.
Okay. And yeah, so you tear open your own hand for 8 damage. Well, your shields take that, I'm assuming.
I didn't set up a new shield. I forgot.
for Pete's sakes, man.
You'd have it plugged in overnight, dude. It's like your phone.
Well, you'll be surprised how often I forget that.
Did you not
Oh,
learn what happened last time someone didn't adjust their shields?
I'm trying to be fair. If she wants to say that I would have done it, I'll take it.
Yeah, you did it.
Let's see.
Okay, so yeah, Daisy, you scrabble on up into one of these trees, which are actually very heavily foliaged. They're kind of like willows.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, what now?
I was just gonna ask, how far away is he?
So let's see. Jen is about like 30 feet, and then from there, Jason is about 40, and you have no idea where Anna is.
Okay. But
Actually,
like,
I'm
how
being
far-
generous. Jason is like 80 feet away from you.
Wait, I'm 80
And
feet
then-
from her or the monster?
From her.
Okay.
And then the monster is like 30 feet away from Jason.
Okay, so like 110 feet away.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to just prep my weapons for it to like get nearer, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if I can, like, move across trees as well.
Okay.
Well, wait. I probably should be able to.
Yeah. I mean, you've got a
I'll-
22 in acrobatics.
Hey, it fluctuates between 17 and 22 depending on circumstances.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I'll move back a little bit through the trees.
Okay. So yeah, you give me an acrobatics check just to be sure. Okay. So you leap back across a couple trees, and you get into a better position about like 40 feet closer.
Okay. Let me double check something, cause okay, I didn't take that one. Then I'm just gonna wait for it to get like that 10 feet closer while getting my guns prepped and being in a good place to like where it can't see me, but I can see it and shoot it.
Okay. All right. So you prep to Overwatch, basically. Alistair's gonna keep running. And he's gonna get to the point where eventually he will go, hey, where are you guys?
Just keep running. Just keep running.
Well, I've made it to the place.
Good for you. We're gonna kill this thing. You tell them we're here.
You can. That thing is going to eat you guys. Are you stupid?
Thanks for the encouragement. Hurry up.
Okay.
Also, while I'm up there, I am going to study it as my study target.
Okay.
Ah.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it is.
Alright, so where is... You said we couldn't see Anna?
Yeah, you do see her starting to get up, like, 30 feet away. But she's, like, also buried in the muck.
Can I try and get this thing's attention to make it come after me?
It kind of looks like it just told her to fuck off and is still focused on you, actually.
Oh, it's focused on me?
Yeah.
Excellent! Then I'm gonna cast, level 2nd, Animal Aspect of the Raptor, giving me 20 more movement speed. For a total of 70. Kinda. Pretty much just wave its arms, shine obscenities at it, then take
Oh
off
my
away
God.
from Anna.
Okay, roll me another acrobatics to make sure you keep your speed.
Alright?
Which at this point is like 70? 60?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh no!
Why? Every time. I get more nat ones than anyone here, I think.
Well, we're tied right now, I think.
So you cast Aspect of the Raptor, and you wave your arms at this thing, and you're like, "Hey, asshole! Come on, come get me, ugly!" And you turn around, you take one step, and you trip on a knot, and fall face first into the mud.
Was it the string from earlier?
No, it's like a like a knot from a tree
Son
or
of
a bramble.
Alright.
You are, of course, not adjusted to actual natural environments.
I hate this planet. Well, that's all I can do.
Yeah. So JJ, it's on you.
One moment. There's possibly something at the door.
Now I feel like the compulsive need to, like, roll before I make any actual rolls that are important now.
Yeah, I know that feel. I have a huge problem with rolling like really poorly as well. That's why I DM. Actually, that reminds me. In the last game that I was running, the other one that Deanna is playing in, um, I also do the like companion NPCs thing, and I was having this fight that was supposed to be like pretty tough, except for some reason, this one NPC just kept rolling nat 20s against the enemy,
Wow.
and it was getting really frustrating. Because these were like some next level dudes, and this guy was just slapping their shit.
Hello?
Oh,
I'm sorry about that. So, is it my turn?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to. First, I'm gonna study him as that move action because I can.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try to trip him again.
Okay.
That is the best thing, I think. He seems like he's too big for a adhesive spittle, right?
Maybe, but part of it, or part of the issue is also that you got to worry about the fact that this, like, even if you use adhesive spittle, it might adhere to him, but it might not adhere to the ground properly.
Yeah, so he's a little bit too big. I'll try to trip him again then. And that bonus to attacks I get, does that also transfer over to the combat maneuvers, or is it just straight
I'm gonna say
attack?
yes.
6? So I get a lot for this. Let's see. 28.
Okay. Oh god, let me think if that's enough. Um. Wow.
Yes. Give it to me straight, Doc. Is it good enough?
Nope.
Hmm. Does it
You
seem
get close. Yeah, you get close to tripping it. You wire it up again, and you actually pull out like one of its legs. It stumbles a little bit, but it doesn't fall over. And in fact, it starts to get a little bit annoyed at you instead of Jason.